Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is gonna be a net video. I'm going over the build right now, so pause the video, guys, if you want to see it better. So as you can see there, I'm using the one where you get breaking faster when you come back, when you leave him early. Second slot there, I'm using the V-Act, I think is the name, and this one is the one where the combo of these two, the last two perks that I'm using, there essentially makes it so the zombies are invincible when they're getting up, and they get up a lot faster as well. So this is a variation here I'm going to show you guys. You do not want to mess with the reactors, the last two perks there. You can maybe mess with the first two equipments. I said perks, but I meant equipments. This area, this section here is equipments. So you see I'm using the Birkin there. You can also, I'm choosing the variations here just so you guys can see. You can also use variate with the infection. You can variate with the health, like I'm using there, the resilient skin. You can variate with more biting as well with the fresh blood there. You can have two of those, and then they're gonna bite very frequently. You could also use a camera here, a cooling fan, because because this band is very spammy, right? So the way they can stop the spam is really to shoot your camera. So if you want, for whatever reason, to use that, but you can also just control a creature if they try to destroy the camera. That works too. You can use this as well, because sometimes this build you end up getting a little bit more than 10 energy. So using this perk here will allow you to go above 10. But I mean, it's not super necessary. I'm just showing you guys variations that work best. So here's the deck. You can see there. I'm also using, if you want to use the book, I would also use this mod right there in the middle, the blue one, so you can get Birkin even faster. You can also use creatures instead of using the mod, like you see me doing here. Always go for the cheap ones because the idea here is to spam them. You already have the discount, so everything's gonna be very cheap. And you also have the reactors. I see I selected there the cost one zombie that has all the buffs. I selected there, but I don't really like it. I'm just showing you this an option, but I don't really like it because it stops your energy. I don't think that's a good thing because it holds the spam. You want to be always recovering energy. You see, I also have that anchor that you can use for when the zombies get killed, but I actually do not think it's that good. You can actually do without it. Instead of using that anchor for energy, just use creatures. Like another creature there, and the energy leech there on the camera should be enough to give you the energy. And you can also use this green mod here if you want even more energy, but I found that it doesn't make that big of a difference. If you're gonna use two mods, you might as well use the Birkin one, the blue one that makes the bioweapon recharge faster, the power limited mod. So you see, this is the first match. I'm using the variation that I showed you with the book, so I'm gonna also be using the mod if I'm not mistaken. I think I only had two matches in this video, but because otherwise it would be too long. But you guys definitely try it. You can also use. I tried using as well two resilient skins. There is something you can do. You cannot use the fresh blood, but I usually like to have at least the fresh blood level 3 there because the zombies are pretty useless if you don't have that. They keep doing that little bitch slap. It does like no damage and doesn't stop the survivors. With the fresh blood, if the survivors try to rush through the zombies, they get grabbed a lot. So it's much more efficient. And you can also like control other zombies. You can chain bites out of off of that single like AI grab, so it's really useful. Now you see right there, the Tyrone and the Val are really good players, and they're really OP players as well. They like to combo their perks and everything. They always play in a
Calculo que
squad,
vuestras
those two.
posibilidades de supervivencia
So
son
it's always a hard,
diferentes
even
por lo
though
que
they're not,
estaréis
they might not be in a
compensados
full
por
squad.
cimientos
Just having those two
secundarios y
alone already makes the
suministradores.
game super hard because they like abuse everything. They both use mixtapes, and Val keeps using the yellow herbs as well, so she takes no damage. And Tyrone keeps using his last damage alt,
No es
so
letal,
that
desde luego,
every time the bioweapons
pero la
drops,
verdad
you
me
see the
hace reír.
Tyrone saves his alts for that. So during the time of the bioweapon, it does like no damage at all. You can't kill anyone. It makes the bioweapon useless. It's really overpowered the way these two play together. And the Val, because she also has the mixtapes, she's constantly healing everyone as well. Oh, by the way, that Tyrone, I believe he also plays with more health, like the vests, and he also plays with the
Pierde
Dr.
en
Tyrone
paz.
build, so he can heal everyone. So it's pretty much impossible to win with these people by killing them because If you focus on the Val and she goes down, Tyrone easily heals her with the Doctor Tyrone. And if you focus on Tyrone, then Val heals everyone. So even infection doesn't work very well because she keeps using the mixtape to remove the infection out of the entire team. So it's pretty overpowered. These two alone like already make the game kind of broken for the most part. The way these two play together, they combine the items and everything. So you see right there how she shot my camera. That's what I mean by having the what's the name, the cooling fan, because sometimes because you cannot keep the spam if they shoot your camera. It's kind of you're kind of forced out for a little bit. You see also have the discount. The discount helps a lot with the spamming as well. But the way you want to use discount, you always want to use discount when you have at least like 5 energy or something like that. You do not want to use discount when you only have like 1 2 energy, because that's not the way it works. You benefit the most when you have already a lot of accumulated energy before you use it. So see, this is also a problem with having only 2 mods. I mean, sorry, with having 2 mods, is that sometimes your hands get a little clunky, especially with the anchor there, as you can see, because I have no zombies and I have this anchor just like clunking my hand. So this is what I meant, but sometimes it actually works a little better if you get rid of the anchor and just use the another creature there instead. I did play matches without this. I'm not sure if it's in the video, but I did play matches without this anchor, and it worked even fine. If not better, it was, you know, just as fine. So you guys can definitely take that off if you feel like it's bothering too much. Um, so you see right there, the way you just use on the zombies. Usually the survivors try to focus on the camera as well because they see the anchor, and that way you can control the zombie manually and hit them while they're trying to hit the camera. It's pretty good as well. Or if they try to kill the zombies first and do not worry about the camera, then you just getting your energy back essentially, and you can continue to spam that way. The only thing I don't like about this anchor is that you cannot spawn zombies after you activate that anchor. So I found that to be kind of a handicapping a bit. So I honestly think it might be better without the anchor, guys. So even though I'm using here in the video, you might just not try to use another creature there instead, like the cashier, the dealer, whatnot. You see right there the zombies with the AI getting grabs. And you see right there again, that was an AI grab. It's really hard for them not to get grabbed when you're using at least the Fresh Blood 3 or higher with the when you put the 2 Flesh Bloods together, level 3 and 2, it's like every 3 hits they're gonna like grab at least 2. It's super frequent. You see right there as well, you wanna chain bites as much as possible. And the way this build works with time in a way, because they get like bitten so much that the time usually compensates even though they're killing so many creatures. And you see right there, I already got Birkin in area 1 because of the build that I mentioned. I'm using the mod plus the book on the equipment, so it makes it this fast to get Birkin. Not just that, but you gotta remember that you're gonna be getting Birkin faster when you exit him earlier because of that first passive perk. So it also stacks with this already super quick speed. So it's a really good combo there. I didn't really need to use Birkin there, but you see right there how much my Birkin is already charged on the bottom there left. I'm gonna get him like super quick already. Like before they leave this room, I'm probably gonna have him ready to use it again. And you see right, this is just a dumb play. I'm just doing this really just to like laugh in their face, so to speak, because I know they can kill my zombies and I'll get my energy back. So I don't care if they kill them from inside the room. That's why I just spawned him there anyway. But strategically speaking, this is a really dumb play. Don't do this. But I'm really just like trolling here. I'm really like just like laughing at their face because I know they're not gonna win this anymore, like regardless. And you see, just like I mentioned, Birkin's already ready, and it's really tough because you're already spamming so much on top of them. This build might just be the best, dude. To be honest, this build right here, except you would take the anchor off for another creature there, and it would probably be fine. Because then you can keep the spam going, and you also have like Birkin nonstop coming at them, which is really tough to deal with. Because you like because dealing with the spam alone is already super hard, and you like you can like spawn the max creatures really quickly, and then you just spawn Birkin on top of it, and it's like too much for them to deal with. You see right there, I noticed the Jewel was alone, so I kind of focused my Birkin on her. So that's what the idea there. I really did not understand these geo players that just want to like rush alone. It's like so dumb. Like why do you do that? You know, like you're not helping your team doing that. Especially if it's a good mastermind, he's gonna just like tunnel you down, focus you down because you're alone. You're an easy kill. You see right there with the like I mentioned about how to use the discount. You see how I had like a lot of energy there, and that allowed me to like just one after one creature there, just like for one cost, just spam a lot of them. That's how you want to use it. That's the ideal. If you don't have the discount, you can do that as well. So it's kind of a key there as well that you have the discount. You see right there as well. Notice how I spawned the creature close to her. Because the creature get up really fast. You definitely want to spawn them. Now the zombie didn't do it in that occasion right there, but you see right there, it's so hard to deal with because the Birkin just keeps coming like nonstop. And like I mentioned, it's already so hard to deal with the creatures because they just like surround everything, and they still had to deal with constantly Birkin like coming on top of them and hitting everyone. So like I was saying, you want to spawn the creatures out really close to them because that will make so the creatures as soon as they get up, before they even like fully get up off the ground, they're gonna like jump for a grab, before they even fully get up from the ground. And because they do that, if they do that, it's a guaranteed grab. It's a guaranteed grab because they are invincible until they get up from the ground. So they cannot be saved from the grab if the zombies if that happens to happen. So it's really good if you can. Does the survivors need to kind of stay still for a while, especially on objectives like right now? This is a really good time to, or doors as well. If you see they're opening doors, you can spawn the zombie like right next to them, and while they're doing the animation of opening the door, the zombie, like I said, before he fully gets up from the ground, he will instantly grab them, and they cannot avoid it. They're gonna get grabbed for sure because the zombies are gonna be invincible. So until they finish the grab, they're gonna be invincible. So it's really OP in a way. You see, I already got Birkin again. It's like super good. Like you just keep getting Birkin non-stop. Oh, and by the way, you want to leave Birkin at like before 35 seconds or so. At least like, yeah, 35 would be like the limit, I would say. You want to leave him because that way you're gonna be maximizing the sort of recovery speed. You would be like the optimal using the passive perk. I mean, that already makes him come back faster if you exit him earlier. So as you can see right there, it was really just like the creatures were more like a distraction. The Birkin was really what kind of made this match really overwhelming for them. But this build still works without Birkin. Don't worry about that. It still works without Birkin. But possibly this will be the best version of the build without the actual anchor, like I was saying there, because I feel like it just kind of clunks your hand. Now this build, these guys, they might be a two-man squad too. They're probably not all together. Maybe it's just a bunch of solo players, but it's also a good showcase of the build. But like I was saying, guys, really, this build is like super good. I feel like maybe the fresh blood. I'm not sure if I don't feel like it's mandatory, because like if you have, for example, both resilience skins level 3 and 2 on the build, like not only are you gonna be spamming zombies, but the zombies are kind of strong. They're kind of hard to kill considering how many of them you're spawning. So the survivors are gonna kind of run out of ammo eventually. You can kind of see that happening, but zombies are kind of hard to kill. They take longer to go through the zombies to the horde because they're just like they have more health. So in that way, I don't know, but I didn't like found it to be game breaking or anything like that. It's just like a variation you can try. Like you could try using like the resilient skin with the fresh bite, fresh blood. I think it's fresh blood the name. Like I said, um, you can try using the book maybe with resilient skin. There's like so many combinations. You can try the infection canister there, but I would say probably the most crucial ones would be the resilient skin, fresh blood, and the book are probably the ones that make the most difference on this build regarding the all the variations, the effective variations. I think maybe I can show you guys here on the door. Possibly, you see right there, like just spawn the zombies like that right there, just like really close to them. That was a bit not close enough, cause but zombies will like instantly grab them as they get up from the floor. Hopefully, I can control on this match here. You see, I'm spawning the creatures behind them as well. You see right here, I'm trying to place the creatures in a spot that they will be able to get up and instantly bite them. Maybe it worked. No, she moves. You see, this is how if they move like this, then it won't work. They need to stay still for like maybe 2 seconds, and then they will get grabbed. But if that happens, it's like guaranteed. And because you have the energy leech as well, if you use the energy leech before the zombie finishes that grab, that I said is guaranteed, you also get the energy back. So that's also a good way. But especially with this shotgun, man, if you're using the resilient skin, they're gonna run out of ammo super quickly. It's kind of funny to watch, but you know, like you can tell, like before the area is done, you can tell they're kind of running out of ammo because they keep like trying different things. They start to try to avoid the zombies instead of killing them. That's because they're kind of low on ammo. See, she's trying to ignore the zombies. That doesn't work with this build, especially if you have the fresh blood. You're gonna get grabbed. And you see how quickly like the zombies get up and everything, and I can keep the pressure. It's really good. And you can also control the zombies here like anytime. And you know, increase the damage, so to speak, especially when you have the anchor ready there. But like I said, I found it probably works best without the anchor. Honestly, it's definitely more fun without the anchor because you can just keep spawning like creatures on top of them as they keep killing the creatures. It's pretty fun. You just like watch them get completely overwhelmed. Now I haven't been able to get the bite here. Hopefully I can. Come on. Hopefully I can get that build to happen so I can show you guys a visual example of what I mentioned about the invincibility grab. And you see, because I have the camera thing there, they also keep getting infected because there's so many. They're all constantly under infection, right? Because they're constantly surrounded by zombies. You see right there how he was invincible with the yellow aura around him. That's what I mean. Like usually they get invincible for quite a while. Now I was really hoping someone would get grabbed here. You see, everyone's going down. It's like so fun. It's honestly really fun. It's definitely the most fun build for Annette to play, because it's just so fun to like overwhelm them like this. You just see them like hopeless. There's like zombies like every corner of the map. It's pretty fun. Um, but yeah, I wish I could show. I didn't record unfortunately a game without the anchor, because if you can imagine, the anchor is not there and it's another creature. The span would be even like more out of control, you know, because you don't have that anchor holding your hand. You can just keep spawning more and more creatures if you imagine it's not there. By the way, the dog. The reason why I like the dog right there is not just because it's cheap, but the dog helps spread the infection as well. And now usually the dog just ends up getting ignored, you know, so he gets free hits because they're focused on the zombies that are standing, and the dog just keeps like biting them and jumping on them like all over the place. You see right there how it didn't hit the zombies, the flesh, because they were still invincible from getting up there. You see, like right now, yeah, the zombie that was already up grabbed her, but you want to spawn them like that, super close when they're opening the door, so the zombie can grab them instantly. This is really good, like when the doors are closed, this because you just keep spawning them and they cannot open the door. It's really funny. I played some matches today with not with this build, like without the anchor, more optimized build and everything. And like sometimes on area 1 they cannot even get past the first 2 doors because the zombies are like just keep coming like non-stop and they cannot open the door, because if they try to open the door they get grabbed like guarantee. And then I just close the door again, you know. It's really funny. It's a really good fun build to play, honestly. You guys should definitely, and it's actually might be the strongest build for a net, honestly, because even if the you see right there, she got grabbed. She tried to avoid the zombie because of the fresh blood. She got grabbed. But even if they try to avoid the zombies, it's still like, you know, sorry, I mean, even if they're good players and they kill the zombies and everything, you know, it's still hard to deal with because they just essentially never stop coming and they get up so fast that you know, it's just simply overwhelming. Especially with the zero cost zombie here once you get it. Or on area 3 as well, because your energy is going to recharge even faster. But it's kind of rare as well, actually, for people to make to area 3 with this build. You see right there, I think they're gonna grab the you see like right there, you see how he grabbed the gen like as he was getting up from the floor. That's what you want to happen. But for that to happen, you need to spawn the zombie like close enough, and the zombie needs to be facing her. By the way, as you spawn him, and he will like jump on her as he's getting up, and he will still be invincible until he finishes the grab. Is really fun. Like right here, I'm trying to get the stun from the swing, and you see I got barking now. Spawn the zombie in the back because remember the I said zombie, I meant the dog. The dog in the back because the dog is really the creatures are the main distraction. The dog is like the one that stays. It's like the flank attack if you want to call it like that. And you see when you spawn Birkin, you're really just kind of finishing them off in the middle of the horde and everything. This was some really good jokes. It's really hard to like hit with Birkin because he's so like dumb and slow and I don't know, like out of balance. I really don't like him. He's pretty bad, honestly. He's probably the worst bioweapon out of all the bioweapons. And Nemesis is probably the best one too, with that rocket launcher. You see right now, like they cannot get past that door because there's too many creatures. It's really fun, and even with fresh blood, like even if you don't spawn the zombies near the door, like I mentioned, the other zombies will still be effective enough to grab them because of the fresh blood equipment. They're just like much more aggressive on the grabs. Super useful. You see, like right now, I'm really just trolling. Like I don't need to be spawning zombies right now. Like they're not even close to the door or anything. But I'm just kind of trolling. It's because like I mean, I said trolling, but it's like when I say trolling, I mean like having fun. It's just fun, really fun to play this build. So you see right there, I have another closed door. I'm just gonna spawn like a wall of zombies before they even get to the door. But with the resilient skin, when I play this build variation with the resilient skin, my goal is really just to make them run out of ammo, just to see them like running around without anything to shoot the zombies with. Is really funny. It's like my mission when I play resilient skin. Just put like both resilient skins on the equipment and leave the reactors and just try to make them run out of ammo from the constant span. It's like right there again, she's getting grabbed. It's like so good. They cannot avoid the zombies. There's too many zombies and they cannot be avoided. They're really good. And they're invincible as well, so they have to get up from the floor before they are able to be hit. Because usually if you spawn zombies in front of them like this, right? The survivors just shoot the zombie before he even finishes spawning. And the creature essentially dies without doing anything, so it's pretty bad. So yeah, guys, that's the build. I mean, definitely try it out. It's definitely like very arguably the strongest build for a net. Honestly, especially try without the anchor, and you see what I mean. It's really good. Um, and yeah, it's just like so much fun to play. I might just record another video with this build because I feel like I didn't show you guys without the anchor or anything. I should probably record another game without the anchor and everything so you guys can really see how it is. But yeah, try it out. I showed you guys the equipment at the beginning of the video if you want to go back. And oh, by the way, just a few creatures I didn't use in the video that you can try as well is the cashier, the dealer. You can also use the crawler one if you want, but I just like using the cashier and the double clone zombies. The one. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Take care. See you guys in the next one.